A cruise news time. And man, I have a ridiculous story today about Carnival being scolded for using the F word. I got about 3 Carnival stories and another wild story about a cruise that hasn't even started yet. It may never happen, and people sold their house to go on this cruise. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I am your host, Tony, here with everything going on in cruising, cruise news for your face. Cruise news story number 1. Let's kick this thing off talking about the cruise that is in jeopardy, the cruise that may never be, the 3-year Life at Se Cruise. Here's the story. Life at Se Cruises, a subsidiary of Miray Cruises, they got some challenges with their upcoming 3-year cruise. This cruise was touted as a way for people to leave their lives on land and to come live at sea. Promises of good internet and workspaces, amenities that would facilitate a work-life balance. And this cruise was super well received. There are stories out there of people selling their homes to pay for one of these 3-year cruises. Could you imagine that? Selling your home to go on a cruise that has no track record, that hasn't even done the sailing yet, really just a cruise concept. Well, here's where we're at. It sounds like a Hollywood movie. You ever hear like when there's creative differences in Hollywood movies and all of a sudden the whole creative team is ousted? Well, this is what's happening over at this Life at Se cruise scenario. The whole project team has left, citing communication issues and differences. And then the thing you definitely don't want to hear in a cruise news story is there's some concern over the seaworthiness of the ship that's been designated for this Life at Se cruise, the MV Gemini. But Miray Cruises says regardless of all of this hubbub, the leaving of the team, the accusations of an unseaworthy ship, this cruise will go forward. Miray saying confidently that they have the safety certificates for this ship, but all of this hubbub is causing some consternation, some uneasy feelings with the people that have already booked, and there does seem to be a move toward refunds. At present, this cruise is about 50% booked. It will be interesting to see if it makes it all the way to the finish line. I want to know about the people that sold their house for this cruise. Have they asked for a refund so they can buy a new house? Or are they waiting it out? Are they riding the storm out? That's wild. I don't know what I love cruising. I love the idea of a 3-year cruise. I don't imagine I would sell my house to do it. Would you? Now I've got 3 Carnival Cruise Line cruise news stories for your consumption, and a couple of them are about food. So consumption is an apropos word. And then of course we have to talk about this F word usage that is getting Carnival Cruise Line scolded. The first Carnival Cruise news story is just a simple story about the Carnival Pride. The Carnival Pride is currently dry docked in Cadiz, Spain, and they Bob Rossed it. They put the blue livery on it. I think it looks good. I'm a big fan of the blue livery. The Carnival cruise ships, when they're just white with that red stripe, they tend to rust up a little bit in my experience. So I like the fact that they got that nice blue color. I have a blue livery without you. Shout out to Ludacris. All right, the next Carnival Cruise news story. There is a story about the cruise hamburgers that make me poop. I don't know if you know, but tomorrow is May the 28th. Shout out to people with calendars. Tomorrow is May the 28th, and it is International Burger Day. Burger Day. And so Carnival is firing up the grills over there at Guy's Burger, and the plan is to produce nearly 30,000 hamburgers on Carnival cruise ships tomorrow. If everybody who eats those 30,000 burgers are like me, that could also result in about 60,000 toilet flushes on Carnival cruise ships. It's an interesting story. It gets to highlight International Burger Day. It gets to highlight Guy's Burger, but it also gives them a chance to talk about which ones of the Guy's Burgers are the most frequently ordered. I believe this data is from the last year. The number 1 burger that is ordered from Guy's Burger is called the Plain Jane, or it could just be called plain because there's nothing on it. The Rain in Plain is a burger called Jane. That's what we're saying. 3.7 million orders of the plain Jane. Number 2 is the Straight Up with 3.2 million orders. The Straight Up is the classic choice. It's adorned with melted cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, and donkey sauce. Yeah, donkey sauce. That is number 2. Coming in third place is the Barbecue Forward Ringer, 2.3 million orders. This thing has super melty cheese. It's got the bourbon and brown sugar barbecue sauce, and it's got an onion ring on it. The Chili Maximus, which has chili, is in the mix. The pig patty, which has a weird bacon thing on it, in the mix. But I guess the thing to know is that the plain Jane is number 1, which kind of makes sense because accompanying Guy's Burger Joint is the Guy's Toppings Bar, which you can take your plain Jane over to and unplain her. You can dress her up with my love, with tomatoes. My favorite thing when they used to have it, I used to like to get a plain Jane, then I would go get sauteed mushrooms and A1 sauce, and that was one of my favorite ways to eat Guy's Burger. But they don't have the sauteed mushrooms anymore. I say bring back the sauteed mushrooms. Do you love a Guy's Burger? Do you think there's a better burger at sea? More importantly, how do you eat your Guy's Burger? Leave a comment below. Keeping the news squarely in the culinary space, let's talk about food allergies. I was perusing /.cruise over on Reddit, and I came across a gentleman who was bemoaning the challenges with having food allergies on a cruise ship. He was bemoaning on the behalf of his wife. He talked about being a frequent Carnival cruiser and having, for the most part, good experiences with food allergies. But more recently, his wife, the one with the food allergies, has had some challenges, saying that twice on a recent Carnival cruise, she was served food that the cruise line knew that she was allergic to, and then when they served her food that she was not allergic to, that the food was just not spectacular. He was looking for recommendations for cruise lines that do food allergies well, and I think that's a very valid question, and a question I wanted to pose to you. Which cruise line does it best? Let's have that resource for all of the community. You know what to do. Go down to the comments and leave a comment. While you're down there, let's do this. Let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of this dang spectacular content. Look, I've been struggling. I've been on the struggle bus lately, trying to make the very best content. I can't figure out if you guys want the straight Walter Cronkite, if you guys want the spaz, if you guys want... I don't know. I'm just going to come here and do whatever I'm feeling like to do that day, and hopefully you guys watch it. I'm almost tired of trying to chase... it's so hard. There's so many... With 200,000 people out there, it's really hard to please everybody, and so I'm just going to do my best. I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough because the click rate sucks on some of my videos. I might be losing it today. I'm just a couple days from cruising. I'm pretty excited. I'm a little jacked up on coffee. And we've got the F word story to talk about. Let's talk about that. This hit me right in the feels because what I'm about to tell you about is one of the dumbest, most ridiculous complaints I've ever heard in my life. And sometimes when you get fully engaged in social media, like when you read every comment, you just get tweaked at the amount of stuff that people will complain about. Particularly this show. This show costs people nothing. It's obviously a time investment, and hopefully you get value for your time. You get some sort of information. You get some sort of entertainment, and you get the opportunity to sound off. But it amazes me the amount of stuff people will complain about over free content. But then you guys love on me too. So there's more love than there is complaints. And I'm not trying to dwell on the complaints, but sometimes I just can't reconcile the whole thing. So I thought that I would put an exclamation on that point by reading you a stupid comment about the F word. This was written over to brand ambassador John Heald, the mouthpiece for Carnival Cruise Line, the corporate shill. The guy's got a tough job, obviously, because he has to fill all of these stupid comments and complaints. And yes, I'm qualifying this one as stupid. John Heald, has the time not come for Carnival to stop using the word fun over and over? It's torture hearing the egotistical cruise directors constantly using the F word in everything they say. The more I think about it, I don't even want, look, I can't even read the rest of this complaint. How dumb is this complaint? First of all, they're I hate when people project onto strangers like they know them. The egotistical cruise directors. These guys are out there doing the job that Carnival has asked them to do, and that's to be a hype man. That is to be loud. That's to be in your face. That's to be talking about the fun. And all of a sudden, some Johnny-come-lately keyboard warrior that doesn't know those people from a hole in the ground are trying to assign some sort of negative attribute to their character. Stupid. Yeah, so basically this guy goes on to say that they feel like the word fun is overused, and they're freaked out about it. They're freaked out about the usage of the word fun. What do you think about this? Is Carnival overusing the word fun? Is this even something valid to complain about? Leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching the show. I hope you are either on a cruise or you have a wonderful cruise planned. I hope you're living your life to the fullest. And dagnabbit, I hope you're happy. Virtual hugs out there. This is Tony for La Lido Loca. And until the next time, we'll see ye on the Lido. Bye.